today we're being joined by two very special players from the Southport Sharks in the Quaffle League, Grace and Maggie. Girls, thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. So now tell us a bit about yourself both, Grace, Maggie, what type of player you are and what you modelled your game off of the Southport Sharks.
I'll go first. So I was lucky enough to play senior footy this year. I'm a forward, so I love to kick some snags, love to celebrate, which is really fun with my teammates. And I'm a bit of a hype girl, so I love to bring the energy. So
I play senior footy this year. I was originally backline for a long time, but this year ended up pushing forward, and it's a bit of fun. Love a good goal celebration too, get around the girls, but yeah, bit of fun.
It's good. So Grace, obviously you won the flag in 2022. How was that experience like for you? Obviously, would be pretty cool.
Yeah, played it with the Southport Quaffle girls, with Maggie as well. That was pretty good. Beat Bond University in literally the last, not long. Yeah,
it was like a couple minutes to go. Yeah,
a couple points as well. So it was pretty intense, but got the win, so that was good.
Very good. Maggie, you obviously experienced 3 premierships with the Southport Sharks. How was that? All those experiences and which one would you rank as the best of the 3?
Yeah, that's true. So 3 flags, which has been really great. But my favorite one, that's actually tough. Probably like the 2021. So obviously like the COVID year, we didn't think we'll get a season up and running. So I think probably that one, because we won in the last 13 seconds, which was really,
nice.
Which was really cool. But yeah, so that was my second last under 17s. So had to make the most of that one.
So how did you get into footy, Maggie and Grace? How did the journey for you girls come about to wanting to play footy?
You can go first.
I'll go first. Well, I originally came from rugby league, and they didn't have I was at the age where they didn't do mixed anymore. So Dad played AFL, and I thought, just give it a go at our local club. And ever since then, I loved it. So taking it further.
It's good. Maggie?
And, I just got thrown in a Bombers jersey. I kind of had no choice. Then just picked up a footy since I can remember. And then, here we are. So, played with the boys and then, joined the under-15 girls for the Sharkies. So, yeah.
So who do you both barrack for in the AFL, AFLW?
Well, obviously the Bombers, up the Dons.
Yeah, I go for the Suns. Yeah.
Suns. Well, how do you feel in the men's and women's, how both sides have gone? So obviously both sides playing each other this week in the women's comp, and the Suns probably, they don't definitely have to win to make it, but to be safe, they would probably have to win to be safe.
Yeah, so obviously the girls, much better season this year. The Suns, I think, one of the better ones, but versing the Dons this weekend up at Cairns, so hopefully we get the win. Definitely will be making sure Maggie knows about it if we win.
For sure. Now, Maggie, with the men's side, that streak over 6,000 plus days, is that still haunting you?
That is, didn't want to bring that up, but I knew that would get brought up. All my friends tell me all the time, so it's always a reminder, but it'll be great when we do win that. I haven't seen them win a final before, so that'll be amazing when we do. I'm very passionate about the Bombers, so it will mean a lot to me and my family, so yeah.
How do you both think the girls have gone this season so well? So obviously they're both in finals contention, probably both potentially play it. How do you both feel about how your sides have gone in the comp this year?
Yeah, really good. I think, like before, this is probably the best year the Suns have kind of had. Lots of new players, lots of debuts this year, which is really cool. And then to get to where they are now with debuts is, kind of rare, but it's good because the girls are getting around and all that. So, yeah, really proud. They're doing good.
Maggie?
Look, we're going well. A few retiring, which is sad, but really proud of the girls. Obviously, new team coming in, so I think we're going really well. So I love watching people like Bonnie Too Good, who we've met, and Maggie. So watching those guys is pretty awesome, and it's good.
Now, is it true in saying that you both have played with some current AFLW players? And it must be pretty cool to have played alongside those girls who are now in the competition and previously been in the comp as well.
Yeah.
You go.
Yeah. So we played. I've played with a couple of girls, like the Davis family and Caitlin Miller and all that at Southport.
Nice.
Did a few juniors with them as well through Southport. Played against quite a few when I was at Jamimba Redbacks, and they were all Southport junior girls and all that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. In the Coffle that we're at now, we do play with lots of like ex-players like Megan Hunt, Priesty. Quite a few of the girls, which is really good when they come down because you get lots of experience with them and they know so much about the game. So it's really good training with them and playing with them. So yeah.
You obviously play, as you said, with a lot of the girls. And the Davies sisters, which one is the best of the three?
Well,
even though they may watch this.
No, there is a fourth one, Georgia, coming, but I might be in trouble here. I've been lucky enough to play with all of them. I just feel like I don't know. I feel like every time I play with them, I've just played better, which is weird. But I love playing with Georgia. She's great. But yeah, I mean, we played with Giselle last year. Her hands are just like incredible. I think Georgia. I might have to stick with Georgia. Sorry to the other girls, but
Go for the ones that's not on the list yet, but that's fair.
It's coming.
It's coming for sure.
It's coming soon. Now, Maggie, you mentioned. Sorry, go on.
Oh, I just gonna say I probably reckon I rate Darcy out of the group.
Yeah, it's probably very hard to pick between the three and now a fourth, so that's fair. Now, Maggie, you mentioned to me off camera that you played in a premiership with. Played with Serene Watson, who's obviously at the Saints. Must be happy to see how she's progressing, moving from the Suns. Sorry, Grace, and then now playing at the Saints. How do you reckon she's gone so far? She's had a pretty impressive season so far.
Yeah, love Watto. So I was lucky enough to play with her in 2016, I believe. We won a flag together. I think I was like 12 years old and she was like 15 or something. So she's great. I love her and she's going really well. So really proud of her, and she's loving Melbourne, loving the lifestyle down there. So I might have to join her maybe the next couple of years.
Maybe. Now, Grace, you mentioned that you're hitting 100 games in your next game, and how are you going to feel to reach that milestone, or has it just happened now already?
No, so my first game next year will be 100 games, which is pretty exciting. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to celebrate yet, but definitely something, especially for women in sport, that's something that is definitely a milestone for us. And to be able to do it at Southport will be something really special. So, very excited.
So you also telling me before that you have your boots painted for Indigenous around this year. What was that like, and what did they look like?
Yeah. Oh, I actually don't even have a photo or anything. I got them for Indigenous round this year. Uncle Josh, his name is, did them for me. Family friends, so quite special for him to do that. We sat down, we had a chat, designed it. He put the Sharks logo right in the front and did his dot painting and things like that. That was really special. And then to run out in the jersey and my boots and the socks that we had was definitely something that's close to home. So, exciting times.
That's good. So you mentioned also that your first game of the season you played at Brighton Homes Arena. For people that don't know, is the Brisbane Lions training ground. Kicked 3 goals on that ground, and on that day, how was that day like for you?
That was pretty sick. I was very excited to play there. I live out that way, so I've been watching it getting built for however long, feels like forever. But to play a first game there and kick 3 goals, I was pretty excited.
Now, I'm going to probably say the biggest question to last. I'm just going to say it now in case I forget. Who is the better player of you two?
Oh, Maggie G. For sure, Maggie G.
Maggie, who do you reckon?
No comment.
That's fair. All right. Okay, we'll go to the next one. So, Maggie, obviously, what's your 2024 goals for you both, actually? What's your goals for next season?
I think that I'm really proud of my season this year. I feel like, I played basically all reserves footy last year, played a few senior games, couldn't really find my feet. And then to be able to play senior footy all year this year was really special for me. And I worked pretty hard in the preseason. I guess for me, I just want to be more consistent week in, week out, get a bit fitter, stronger, and just get better every single training session. So that's a goal of mine. And just bring enjoyment to footy again, because sometimes you forget to have fun, and we speak about it all the time. Like, you forget to have fun playing footy. So I think just, bringing the vibes and the energy that we need. So
yeah, for sure.
Grace, any goals in particular for you as well?
Yeah, being like a kind of consistent Resi player for the past 2 years, so it'd be great to get a senior game in next year. Play with Maggie herself. That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah.
The celebrations. But yeah, that would be my goal. And yeah, just keep working towards that, and then hopefully own goal as senior player. But yeah, step by step, have a bit of fun. Not too much pressure on yourself, otherwise you can crack. So more contested marking, things like that, and hopefully can get myself into the senior team.
So you mentioned to me as well, Grace, so you played in the back line for 7 years. So how was that transition to start playing as a forward this year? Did it feel awkward, I suppose, playing in one position for a long time and then getting thrown in another position?
Yeah, it was very confusing.
It's much more fun, the forward line.
Yeah.
Well, that is very true.
Yeah, back line can be very stressful, especially when you're losing. But having coaches and like people there who played forward line there for however long definitely helped it. I think it was just more going the right way, kicking the ball the right way. But yeah, it wasn't too hard because I played every now and then. But being a full-time forward now is really exciting and super fun. So definitely recommend.
Now, Maggie, you've won some very special awards over the years. Can you tell us a bit about some of those besides the premierships, of course?
I don't like to ramble on about it too much, but look, I'm very fortunate enough to win leading goal kicker this year, tied with Jess Stallard from Aspley, and also team of the year, which I'm very grateful for, those 2 awards. But I mean, I wouldn't have won those awards without my teammates, especially in that last round against Yeronga. It was a lot of pressure on my shoulders that game because Jess Stallard and I both rocking up with 20 goals, I think, and and we both kicked 6, so we end on 26 for the whole year. And very grateful for those awards, and get back to work this pre-season. Super excited.
So how was the transition, Maggie, from playing Resi's footy then transitioning as a full-time senior player now?
Yeah, look, it was, I think, just on the back of a lot of hard work. I did work really hard, and I had a really big pre-season. And I think having a big pre-season, it sets you up for the whole entire year. So that's what happened for me. I feel like I just had a really great pre-season, and then it just I transitioned, you train with senior players and you get to know how they play, and it's just so much easier with that. So definitely it's a bit of a jump. I can definitely say that. Hopefully you can get a couple of senior games and go from there. So nice. Yeah.
Good. Any fun facts about you both that you want to share? Any hobbies, anything like that? Any fun facts?
Far out.
Fun fact, I can kick with both feet.
Yeah, you can, yeah.
That's good.
In the forward line.
Let's think. Well, I always listen to pre-game stuff. I listen to a lot of Justin Bieber, so I have my headphones in. There's this one song, Confident. I just can't stop listening to it. And then, I also follow ice hockey, so I love ice skating. And I love hockey, so that's probably around it. It's a bit boring, but yeah.
That's fair. What's the best goal you've both ever kicked?
Ooh, that's a good.
Whether it's from a distance, the boundary, a check side, a torp, anything like that.
Love a bit of a torp. Nah, I think probably it was in our prelim final this year against Aspley. Unfortunately, we didn't get the W, but I kicked a pretty nice goal from the boundary to get us in front. I think it was in the 3rd quarter, or something like that. From the boundary, and all of Bond University was sitting on the hill, so I got to kind of give it to them a little bit, even though we lost.
That's nice.
But I got to celebrate that. So that's pretty cool.
Either of you got going, Grace?
My probably. Oh, that's hard. I think it was at Yeronga. Ball came in straight from the midfield, centre tap, kicked it into the forwards. I think it was maybe Caitlin Mercer kind of got it, gave a handball, and then I did a right foot snap, which was pretty nice. So it looked really clean. On the opposite. So love that.
It's good. Any celebrations that you both pull out when you kick a goal? It was just pretty normal.
Oh,
Maggie over here.
Oh wow, I could go all day, man.
Go on, name a few.
Name a few. Okay. I won't do
Or
a shot.
5, 10, whatever.
So yeah, I have a few. I have like the OG one is the bow and arrow. I love the bow and arrow. So
bit of Xavier Dersma.
yeah, he's come to the Bombers, so I'll be doing that a lot next year.
I can imagine now.
And then I won't spoil anything because there's going to be a lot next year, hopefully. But
Interesting.
not only celebrating my goals, but also my teammates. So there might be a few handshakes in there or something like that. But I like to kind of shush the crowd a little bit. And I'll leave
That seems to be a trend these days, doesn't it? You see in the AFLW, I know there's a few shush ones. I know Stephen Kinnear from the Giants does that one a lot. There's a lot of celebrations these days. Or there's a few that give the ear one as well. I know that a few girls have done that late recently as well. I think Zali Goldsworthy did that as well. So it seems to be. Grace, have you got any?
I know, like my most popular one was our second last game. I kicked a goal and then I pretended I had a sore shoulder. So
yeah,
it was pretty good.
Yeah, because you're carrying the team.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what. Now, who do you girls, if you had to use an AFLW player comparison to you both, what player would you compare yourself to, the style of player?
Oh,
that is actually really tough. I actually have no idea.
Was it forward? So Bonnie, too good, someone like that, maybe?
I love to have her nits. I love to have her hands because she can take a mark and something I need to improve on. But I've got a few AFL players in hand, but AFLW, I'm just
fair enough. Go on.
Well, I love watching, guys like, Cody Waitman and those guys. Yeah, I mean, my dad will laugh at that because I actually every time he versus Essendon, I just don't really like him. He kind of carries on a little bit. I do love
There's the celebrations for a reason now. Now it makes sense. Yes. He loves the celebration too.
Exactly. He loves to celebrate, but just any of those small forwards, just buzzing around. Yeah, I love it. So, but yeah.
I can't even think of any.
Yeah. Any left footers?
I'm really trying to think of that.
Yeah.
I was thinking more like Daisy Darcy, just the way she can just read the ball, be in the right spot at the right time, and then obviously more of a selfless player, just passing it off, something like that is kind of what I do. So yeah, probably Daisy Darcy. Yeah.
Any nicknames that you both get that you like or don't like?
I get called Maggie G. Don't know where that. Well, last year just came up. I just said to the girls, I'm just sick of being called Maggie, even though that's my name. But I just got sick of it. So it's literally my nickname is just Maggie G. So it's not much of a difference. But I just think it
additional letter.
It sounds cool to me.
Yeah,
so
it's pretty good. It's stuck as well.
It's stuck as well.
Yeah.
So, but a name that I don't like. I don't really know.
Margaret.
That is not my name.
Okay.
Margaret. So I get called that quite a lot.
Yeah.
Well, since you like Maggie G, I'll call you now that for the rest of the interviews. Grace?
Maggie G.
Yeah.
That's it.
Maggie G.
I get called Parky at football. That's just my last name. So they've just doubled down it. But yeah. I don't like being called Gracie. That's weird.
Gracie.
I hate it.
Her new nickname now is Gracie.
No.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't do that. So that's good. That's good. So, do you girls have any AFLW aspirations to go play in that competition at some point?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
really happy at Southport, and I think it's more of a future thing for me. I kind of fell out of love with footy. Probably a couple of years ago, I was putting a lot of pressure on myself and stuff like that. So I think just getting back to just enjoying footy, because as I said before, you sometimes forget to have fun and stuff like that and enjoy it. Because I'm very grateful to be able to run out there and play games. So at the moment, I love Southport. So I'll probably just stick to that. But I know yourself, you would love to.
AFLW definitely in the future, but I've just got to definitely work on being consistent and playing my best footy I can at Southport, and then kind of look to the AFLW. So I'm not quite looking at AFLW yet. I'm looking at just kind of being the best player I can be at Southport. But yeah, it's definitely in the future. Yeah.
That's for sure. I mean, you see plenty of players in both the men's and the women's. You know, they come in at an age like 26 sometimes, so it's not like you have to rush that in as well.
Yes.
AFLW premiership tip, and I'm going to assume since both of your sides are in the 8, you're probably going to pick your own. But is that the case?
I'll go with Melbourne. I think Melbourne. I think they're on top of the ladder. I think.
Yeah.
But I think
they are.
It's
grand final rematch this weekend.
Yeah.
It is. The Lions. Melbourne. Well done, Maggie G.
Yeah.
Grace.
I'll probably go. I reckon the Crows. I reckon they've got something in there. So hopefully they can go well. Yeah, it'd be good to see him in another grand final. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Sure. Now, rising star team in the AFLW comp this year. I was probably 3 names for me that come to mind. It's the same 3 that probably get mentioned all the time. Ella Roberts, Zali Goldsworthy, Ellie Morford. Do you think it'd be one of those 3 or someone else?
Yeah, Goldsworthy.
Yeah,
I love watching her play. She's actually probably someone I can look up to as well. The way she plays probably from the Giants. So yeah, keep it up.
I saw Charlie Muffin's got it this weekend for the Lions.
Yeah.
I actually rate her, so I'll put her up there. So yeah, good on her.
Hopefully, might be in the top 5. Maybe we'll see. Now, who do you feel, both of you, is the best player in the competition in the AFL and AFLW?
Ooh, that's actually tough. I think AFL. I think Bontempelli is just unbelievable. I love watching him play. Also, I love Zachy Merritt as well from the Bombers. He's very underrated. He's just a gun. And AFLW, that's actually tough. What do you think?
That is a tough one.
Because this year alone, there's so many players in contention. There's probably at least 10 names for this year alone.
Yeah.
For the BNF at the end of the year.
Yeah.
I actually love Marinoff, the knob.
Oh,
Ebony Marinoff.
Yeah, I love watching her play too.
So good. Yeah, she is good. I would put Charlie Rowbottom up there. But yeah, I do rate Marinoff quite a bit. So I reckon those 2 are my probably top. I'd put up there.
That's fair.
Yeah. Even Courtney Hunter as well. Yeah, Courtney
from the Lions.
Yeah.
Any fan interactions? Player interactions you've had in the past with any of the girls you know, or anyone that you just met at a game? Any interactions that went well, or maybe didn't go too well? Like, say, when you meet a player at a training and you want them to stop and they don't stop, or something like that. Any awkward ones or any good ones?
I have a few AFL. Ones. So I'm a big Sam Draper fan. Shout out to Drapes. I've a lot of funny stories. So we were at the MCG. Yeah. Literally, I think, when was it? I think it was halfway through. Nearly the end of the year. Yeah, July, and went to the G. Watched Essendon lose after the siren against Port Adelaide. Love that.
Oh, the power.
Yeah, love that. So but before the game, Draper unfortunately wasn't playing, but he was just signing everything as an injured player, what he does, and I'm just yelling out to him. I'm on literally on the seat. And I'm like a 19-year-old girl, screaming out, Draper, you guys were a bit embarrassed, but I was living my best life. And he just looks at me and he's just like, hey, and then got a bit embarrassed, so he walked away.
Yeah.
But
he recognized me for sure.
Yeah, he definitely knows who I am, which is nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say someone here because I never want to, because it maybe to other people, but I'm not on a public forum, I won't. But there is some embarrassing ones. There is some good ones. One I actually will say, and I think some people might know this already. Mateus Filippo from the Saints, who I've been a big fan of since he got drafted to St Kilda this year. I'd met him. I'd interviewed him 2 months before the draft, and then the day after he got picked up by the Saints on that first night. So that was pretty cool. And I had that connection with him the whole time. And the thing was, the first in-person interaction I had with meeting him, I was about, 30 meters away, when they're signing stuff, taking photos and that. And I started walking over to him. And before I got really close for him to potentially know who I was by my face, he yelled out my nickname, Scoobs. He's like, Scoobs, come over here and all that. So I thought that was pretty good. I may have been going that way, but to get that call over from a player, normally it's me doing that or a fan that does that, not a player. So that was one pretty cool one.
Yeah, nice.
That is pretty cool. Yeah.
That's good. Now, so I got one final question for you girls. I really appreciate you both coming on. If there was one player you could poach from another AFL or AFLW club to put for your own team, who would you want to join that club?
Nah. No. I'll do two.
I love that.
I love that. This is good. I will love Zachy Merritt because just out of the middle, bang, hit me on the chest.
Yeah.
And then someone I think even someone like Bonnie Toogood, I think just chuck it up in the air and she'll mark it. So probably her as well. So those two will be very handy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon I would love Dane Zorko. Just his way he can read the ball and the way he plays is literally unbelievable. So definitely him. And then probably Taylor Harris, just because I'm a massive fan. So
Dane Zorko is going to be playing on next year as well. They just announced that earlier today. Girls, I really appreciate you coming on. Maggie G and Grace, I really appreciate you both coming on, and all the best for next season at the Southport Sharks, and hopefully it goes well for you girls. Appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
No, thanks, mate. Legend.